Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is BLACSIREN and how are we doing today? Are we sad? Happy? Let me know in the comments. Listen, you have no idea what I just find. At this point, am I gonna be surprised about all the propagandas that the United States has been spreading all over the years? Probably not. Especially when Donnie is in the White House now and with one of his henchmen, Elon Musk. Whatever shenanigan they're gonna pull, it's not fresh to me anymore. But today is not about the United States. It's not about MAGA. It's their neighbor. So in case you haven't heard about this yet, did you know that the official website of Canada, I'm talking about the government of Canada, released an advisory telling the Canadians that China is a dangerous country to travel. I know. Just hearing the words coming out of my mouth makes me queef a little. I'm Queen Laquifa now. So in today's video, we're gonna take a look at this advisory. As a Chinese citizen, should I be concerned living in China? Is China really that dangerous? Or the whole thing is just completely bullshit? So without further ado, let's get started.
I'm so fucking angry with that bitch, Gina.
When you get on this page, the first thing you're gonna see is a highlighted cautionary note, and it says, exercise a high degree of caution in China due to the risk of arbitrary enforcement of local laws. Okay. Whatever that means.
Okay. Whatever that means.
So what should be people looking out for? Crime, scam, fraud? Oh, we'll see. We'll see today. Crime, petty crime, such as pickpocketing, purse snatching, and theft of mobile phones and other electronic devices occurs, even during the day. Wow. Criminals target foreigners, especially in major cities and tourist areas. Be vigilant in all crowded locations. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Don't carry large sums of money. To whomever posts this shit on the website, I don't know when was the last time that you traveled to China. Probably never. Because we don't use cash in China. If you want to pay cash, you definitely can. 100%, no one is stopping you. Because there's a law in China that prohibits restaurants or other establishments for not taking cash from the customers. If you're gonna pay cash, they're not gonna tell you to go fuck yourself or get the fuck out of here. That's breaking the law. Let me give you some scenarios when would Chinese people use money. During the during the Chinese New Year, the Spring Festival, elders would give a red envelope to the kid. They would put the money in the red envelope and hand it to them. That's one scenario. There's a possibility that some kids or senior citizens will use cash because they don't have smartphone. They're probably using those Y2K Nokia phones, those phones who don't really have internet access. That's when they will use cash. Have you ever heard of this word paperless? Some people, they don't use paper anymore. They just write everything down on their tablets or just make a note on their phone. But in China, it's cashless. Let me give you an example how extreme this shit is. If someone kidnapped me right the fuck now and this person tells me I have to give him 2 coins, 2 RMB, otherwise he's gonna slit my gullet, I will be fucking dead. Petty crime and sexual harassment can occur on buses and overnight trains. Ensure that the train compartment contains packages belonging only to you and other occupants. Store personal belongings in a safe place and don't leave the compartment unattended. You should securely lock the doors. What do you mean lock the doors? Because you can lock the doors on buses and trains. Or are you talking about when you check in a hotel? You lock the hotel door. And if it's the second case, I gotta say, wow, your mom will be so proud of you. Sure, let me go check into a fucking hotel and I'm gonna leave the door open when I go to bed so everybody can come in and fuck the shit out of me. Obviously, you locked the door. The fuck? Serious crime against foreigners is relatively rare, but incidents do occur. Be aware. There's a risk of armed bandit attacks in remote parts of China. You know what? This is true. Let me roll the clip for you. Let me tell you, these are Chinese thugs. And apparently these monkeys are listed as protected animals in China. You cannot touch them. Apparently you will get a fine if you fight with them. Pay carefully attention when your cards are being handled by others. Use ATMs located in a well-lit public area or inside of a bank or business. Again, I can just tell this person haven't been to China. At least in a while, at least in a decade. The ATMs are like phone booth in China. You get in, the door will lock on itself. You do your business, you withdraw the money. After the transaction is finished, the door unlocks. You get out. No one can get in throughout the whole process. To whom wrote this shit? I think nobody has ever told you this, or the sativa that you've been smoking clogged your judgment. China is living in the future. We don't use the same ATM system like in the United States or Canada or other countries. Not even just ATM systems. When it comes to metro, lifestyle, a lot of things, China is doing far and beyond. It has some applications, and when you use them, and sometimes they will force you to update to the newest version. Otherwise, you cannot access that application. I wish China can do that to other countries. This is not just to Canada. I think other countries need to hear this as well. If you're gonna shit on China, please make sure to shit on the newest version of China, and all the information that you have, make sure they're up to date. And if you're gonna throw shade to us, make sure that the shade that you threw is not expired.
Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Not you. You can choke.
Counterfeit currency. Counterfeit currency is a significant problem in China. What do you mean? Like monopoly money? Or paper effigies? Counterfeit bills are widely distributed in local stores, restaurants, and taxis. If you use cash, just fucking don't. If you use cash, avoid money changers on the street and use small bills or exact change. How about stop using cash? Let's all use our phones. Problem solved. Scams. Exercise caution in popular tourist areas, particularly in Beijing's Tiananmen Square and Shanghai's The Bound, East Nanjing Road and People's Square, where scammers target foreigners. Scammers may invite you to a nearby establishment for a drink, usually tea or alcohol. Ooh, alcohol. A massage or other services. What do you mean? First of all, that's very unlikely. And secondly, whoever says yes, whoever agrees to a stranger who comes up to them saying, hey, let's get a massage together. Well, the nurse probably dropped your fucking head when your mom is giving you a birth. Or the Canadian education system failed you. Is your sciatica really that bad you have to go get a massage with a stranger? Are you dense? Goodbye.
There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you.
They will then ask you to pay an exorbitant bill, up to thousands of dollars, sometimes under threat of injury. In some cases, foreigners were harmed. Oh, I think that's on you. If you go with a stranger to get a massage, then you were hurt? Like, what the fuck? Most taxi drivers don't speak English nor French and will sometimes avoid picking up foreigners to avoid the inconvenience of clients who don't speak Chinese. You should arrange for a person to write out your destination in Chinese characters before you go. How about use the translation on your phone? Wow, Tim Cook is crying in the fucking bathroom. He's like, oh my god, I spent so many years developing this type of technology and you guys don't even bother to use the translation. Taxi, motorcycle, and pedicab drivers sometimes overcharge clients. You know what? That's actually true. Pedicabs are very sketchy though. Use only reputable taxis. Avoid unlicensed black taxis. Do not agree to multiple passengers. Negotiate fares before entering the taxi. Well, most taxis are like Ubers. It's all on the apps, which you can sign up with the Chinese phone number. But they're regular taxis, just like the taxis everywhere around the world, I guess. They use the meters. Request that the driver removes the luggage from the trunk before paying the fare. Yeah, sure. I feel like that's everywhere. No? Piracy. Sure. Pirate attacks and armed robbery against ships occurred in coastal waters and in some cases further out at sea. Mariners should take appropriate precautions. You know what? Pirates do exist. If your boat or ship is inside of the Chinese territory, I don't think you're gonna encounter any pirates. But if you're out, I'm talking about in the fucking Pacific Ocean, that is outside of the Chinese jurisdiction. I think that belongs to the International Marine because they have their own jurisdictions and their laws against the Pacific Ocean or other fucking seas. I don't know about you, but if I was a Canadian after reading this page, I'll be like, oh my god, China is a third world country that has pirates. It is so dangerous. I'm not going anymore. If the Canadian government really wants to advise the Canadians how to cautiously travel in China, they could have just put up some useful information like, oh, how to apply a phone number when you arrived in China, how to use the metro system, how many stops do you have to take, what kind of transfer do you have to make to get to that tourist attraction. Instead, they talk about fucking piracy. Oh, fucking stranger approach to you, ask you if you want to get a fucking massage. But anyway, I'll definitely like to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!